Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm not sure how to title this video, to be honest, because it's going to be about Fibonacci, okay? I mentioned Fibonacci in a couple of videos already, but for those that are interested and curious, I will put a link below to this video that does a pretty good job explaining it, okay? And I will put a thumbnail to that video. I think this person, she, did a very good job explaining it. Keep in mind, she abbreviated the golden ratio as 1.6 instead of 1.618 to be exact, okay? But from here and there in the video, she does slide in that number 1.618, but for many of her examples, she used 1.6 to shorten it, okay? But that ratio, 1.6, is a really magical number that appear in many things. Just watch the video. Trust me, it is something from your navel to the top of your head to your feet, you name it. All right, there's a lot of things in nature, and sometimes not planned, but a lot of construction of many big things, from the pyramid to the Eiffel Tower, you name it, use that ratio. Sometimes it's planned, sometimes engineer planned it, but it is remarkable how that ratio has replayed over and over and over again in natures, in many things. And traders, stock traders, crypto traders, and collectible traders have used this even when they don't know it, because it's part of the, what makes it magical to me is how it linked to the psyche of people. Okay, if you follow any collectible market as well as the stock market, you see this replay over and over again. But to make things simple for most people, how many traders would use the golden ratio without making it too technical is that, let's say you buy a stock for 100 and you apply the 1.618. That means that when the stock go from 100 to 161, it's time to sell, right? Sure, you can sell between, but for sure at 161.8 is really the spot that you should sell a whole lot, if not everything, unless there are big news, big catalysts that can move the stock higher. By the same token, applying the same ratio, 1.618, if you buy something, or if you're looking at a stock at 100, when is it a bargain? Decline of 61.8%. So when it is 40-ish, from 100 fall down to 40, 39.8, 39.9, that is the area of the golden ratio, bargain, okay? Now, let's take a look at the comic book market. In the previous video, I showed you a few examples on how book that went parabolic, reached the top, and then reverse crash, right? And I show you an example on how to use the Fibonacci retracement of 50%. So you can apply the 61.8%. So just for number's sake, to make it simple, if a book was $1,000 and then it jumped to $2,000 in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, that's just too much, too fast, too soon, right? Guess what? Then apply that golden rule to see where the spot is that is a bargain. 50%, as I mentioned in that video, or 60%, all right? 10% cheaper is not cheap enough. Neither is 20%. Now, the one nuance that I want people to understand about how to use, Fibonacci, the golden ratio, is that you have to take into context the velocity of the move. If you have a stock or a comic book that kind of a slow riser, not one of these moves, but a slow riser, then the golden rule doesn't really apply unless there are massive move that's caused by some kind of negative or positive catalyst. But if you have a stock or a comic book that just goes steady, slow riser, then is a 10% or 20% decline a bargain? Maybe. Okay, so you have to look at things in that kind of nuance. Okay, use the Fibonacci retracement and ratio more when you have a parabolic move or a giant crash. Okay, that's more applicable. It does not mean that it's always work, and vice versa. Just because a stock or a comic book is a slow riser, it does not mean that the Fibonacci rules does not apply. It can, all right? So nothing is absolute, all right? If you talk to any stock traders out there, they use the rule, but they also know that the rule help them maximize the chance of winning. It is not a guarantee of any sort. It is about minimize risk and maximize profit. And I apply the same thing with buying comic books. You know, I don't look at a 10% or 20% decline as any kind of bargain. I peer back into that book, go back a few years if I have to, where it was, where it is, and where it could go. I talked about this in a previous video as well. Okay, you have to take a look at the book in that kind of context, not just blindly applying, oh, a 20% decline is cheap enough. Nonsense, utter nonsense. Okay, so please, the more you educate yourself, the more you understand how market dynamic works, whether it's the stock market, the crypto market, or the comic market, they tend to behave in very similar manners. And using Fibonacci is useful in just about every market, in my opinion. And that's my quick and short video. Hopefully it explained better, but for sure, please watch that video below. She does a wonderful job showing you how the golden ratio is very prevalent everywhere. Bye-bye.